After 6 days of public outrage and protest, the Murugha Mutt Seer was finally arrested late last night, raising hopes that perhaps the prosecution is finally picking pace. But that was apparently not to be. Barely hours after being apprehended, the Seer was taken to the government hospital from Chitradurga district jail as he complained of chest pain, where he was later admitted in the ICU ward as well. Now, when the doctor suspected he was suffering from some kind of heart problems at that time, now several activists have labelled it as a sham arrest and questioned whether the hospital episode is part of a larger script to evade the law.
The whole nation was rejoicing yesterday because the Swami was at last supposedly arrested, but not for more than 4 hours. Immediately, he had all kinds of ailments, from COVID after effects to chest pain to whatever pains. This is the disease that only influential, powerful perpetrators can claim. They are mocking the citizens, the state machinery of this great country. He was happily addressing everybody, talking about his innocence. But now, when he has been remanded to judicial custody, he makes all of this drama. What a shame it is.
Okay, at the outset, we welcome the arrest, but all of a sudden he developed chest pain. Okay, a human being may develop that kind of ill health or anything like that. Let him undergo checkup, let him given the proper treatment. If at all it is a drama, just to avoid the staying at jail because he is under judicial custody, we oppose it. So, shifting him to Bangalore, is it really required?
However, the court denied the hospital comfort sought by the Seer while sending him to 4 days of police custody, instructing that he is to be hospitalized only when his condition is serious. Meanwhile, amidst accusations of the state going soft in the case, the Karnataka Home Minister has assured that there was no political interference and that the police was doing its job.
ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡುವಂಥ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಮೊದಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಕಾನೂನು ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ನಡೀತದೆ. ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತನಾಡುವುದು ಸರಿಯಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಯಾವುದೇ ವ್ಯಾಖ್ಯಾನ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
And for more on the story, we are joined by a guest. With us is Naveen, lawyer and activist. Navid Saxena is an advocate on record of the Supreme Court. With us also is Naveen Chomal, lawyer. Abha Singh is also an advocate joining us on the panel, as is Sanjay Hegde, senior advocate. Let me start with Pramila Nesargi. Pramila Nesargi, now you have very spiritedly defended the position taken by the legal counsels and that of the Seer. But today the court had some very pertinent questions. Amidst, of course, the court saying that the police firstly did not inform the court as far as the ill health and the fact that the Seer was taken to hospital after his arrest last night. They also have further questioned the police about, you know, if he is unwell, why do they even need his custody in the police for as interrogation purposes, after which the police sought some time and then went back to the court. So doesn't this really show that as far as the police is concerned as well, there is so much of soft trading in this case?
They are doing excess, you know. They are not doing the job properly. You see, according to the magistrate, no, echoing low.
Okay, we'll just fix that echo. We'll just fix that echo, ma'am.
No, it's echo.
Yeah, we'll just try to fix that. I apologize. If you could continue, please.
Please. See, the magistrate asked the police, why you have not informed before taking to the hospital? See how I...
All right, we'll just fix that echo, ma'am. I'll just come back to you in a minute.
According to the...
Yeah.
If they have taken the... Yes, sir. I feel uneasy to...
All right, we'll just come back to you. Naveen Chomal, does this not show the police itself has been caught on the wrong foot, because clearly they are soft peddling in this case? Because it's not us, it's not the media, it's not any activist. It's the fact that the court itself is asking these very pertinent questions. Naveen Chomal.
Definitely. In fact, though I am been supporting the non-arrest of the Seer, but today this particular step the police was definitely caught on the wrong foot. Ideally, if the police found that the Seer is complaining of the ill health, they ought to have first taken him to the doctor, and whatever the doctor would have opined, whether he is fine or not, and then they could have approached the court with the Seer. Because you see, Madhav, they have 24 hours of time before producing before the honorable court, and since he was the arrest was affected yesterday late in the night, so they had more than ample time in the day. So they could have given him whatever treatment he required, and had the doctor opined immediately that now he is fine, they could have brought him before the court subsequently also. So definitely the police have gone somewhere wrong over there, but we cannot attribute anything what is a malified in it. Maybe at times police do commit mistakes. Even in our vast experience as lawyer, we find these mistakes happening in ordinary cases also. So let's not read too much in it. Okay,
we are reading too much. Sanjay Hegde, are we really reading too much, or is this part of a larger pattern? What's your view?
Well, we will have to guess estimate as to what exactly happened. I remember on your channel it was being said that even before the arrest there was a doctor at the Mutt. He was medically examined before he was arrested. Obviously after he is arrested also there is going to be a medical examination. But then if there are sudden chest pains, I think the only thing that can conclusively say anything would be an ECG. An ECG would obviously have been done, but well, if the police are under some instructions to treat him with more than kid gloves, say that okay, the person is complaining of chest pain, we can't rule out a heart condition, and we don't know whether it is all gas either.
Right.
So therefore, for safety's sake, let's put him in a hospital and let the court take a call on it. So the court obviously had its curiosity aroused, and it asked the right questions.
Right.
If he has been examined twice, and at that stage there was nothing, then obviously once you get into custody, there is a certain amount of anxiety. But
all right, but does that justify this kind of a brouhaha around him being sent to ICU, so on and so forth? I think that's perhaps a pertinent question. Prabla Nesargi, is it just a simple coincidence that it is after he is arrested and several hours after he is arrested that suddenly there is a suspicion that he may have a myocardial infraction, and therefore the doctors say that he may have to go into the ICU because for 5 days he's been in the Mutt, there have been no health problems reported? Is it just a mere coincidence?
I am not answerable. It's the doctor. It is for the doctor to answer. Condition can be said. You see, all that I know is from the media that his oxygen level is 94. Normal level is 98, 94. He had the variations in the ECG. They suspected if they can I and you say he did not have variations? He did not know. They wanted to say that after examining, they wanted to take a call. Nothing wrong in it. If he's all right, as the magistrate called upon them to produce, he went there, he was appeared there, and he has been taken to police custody 4 days.
But ma'am, after he is sent to a hospital, the court orders him, and suddenly he is okay to be in police custody. How does that happen?
No one has said it.
No, Pramila ji, in the morning he was said to be admitted in hospital. There was even talk that by chopper he may be brought to Jayadeva Hospital, Bengaluru. Now suddenly after the court orders come post 3 o'clock, suddenly he is back in police custody, and there is no need for him to be in hospital.
Sorry.
What changes?
Sorry. Please, I am sorry, that was not the case. See, they wanted to get some person, they had some doubts. So they wanted an opinion from doctors from Davangere, not from Bangalore. Davangere doctor, few miles away from 40 kilometers. They were waiting only for their opinion. Who has said that they wanted to take him? No one has advised him to take him to Bangalore. And the one person was nothing of this sort. See, look at the photographs. Look at your all videographs. How the Swamiji was pushed. How he was pulled on either side. Police were taking him. Was he objecting to it? Have you ever seen him objecting it? How he has been behaving? See his behavior. Nothing. Right. Normal course. They pushed him, taken him. ECG.
So are you alleging he was manhandled?
Checking they wanted.
You are alleging the police manhandled him?
At any point of time.
What is the allegation, ma'am?
He was. He was manhandled.
Oh, he was manhandled.
You see the photographs. I've
Okay.
been watching. He was pushed from the right and left. He was manhandled.
Let me bring in Mr. G.B. Patil on those 2 points. Mr. G.B. Patil. One second. Mr. G.B. Patil.
He did not object.
Okay, Pramila Nisargi, you made two very pertinent points. Let me bring in Mr. G.B. Patil. Mr. G.B. Patil, first of all, Pramila Nisargi believes that he was manhandled. Number two, of course, is mystery of how the doctors came in, the ICU came in, the myocardial infraction came in, and then suddenly he was again taken into police custody post-lunch. That's something that many are raising a question as to whether, it is at the end of the day, Chitradurga, a small town, where this is a person who has a tremendous sway. And the very fears as to why he was not detained for 6 days, once again are coming to the fore, even after his arrest last night. What is your opinion, Mr. Patil?
No, it is not new to India. It is happening everywhere. Not only in Karnataka, it's happening in all over India. All these rich people will never face the troubles of this jail. They will see some via media, and suddenly they will get this chest pain and all that. Normally it is happening, but I am reading in a different way. जो इज्जत तो चला गया उसका, अभी जो इज्जत इतना दिन मेंटेन किया था उतना वो तो चला गया. अभी तो वो फिजिकल कंफर्ट एंड फिजिकल डिस्कम्फर्ट वो एक चीज है. Whether he is getting the physical comfort or not, it's not much importance to the whole world. Very important is that he has been behind the bar. He is under the police custody. He is under the investigation, and I think that's more than sufficient for anybody. Anyway, he should have thought what is the ordeal of that girl. They have faced some 3-4 years, and they also must have faced some 2-3 months. How they have faced and what would have been their physical and mental.
Absolutely. I don't think that is even a question. I think today those two girls stand vindicated. The two brave girls who came out to actually complain at great risk, at risk of everything. For instance, social ostracization, anything can happen in India. Physical attacks, mental well-being, all of that is at risk when two minors come out in this manner and take on a powerful seer. And that's why I want to ask Namit Saxena a very pertinent question. Namit Saxena, just a few months back, when we saw that TMC's Partha Chatterjee was hospitalized post his arrest, the opposition there, which incidentally is the BJP, which is the ruling party in Karnataka, took a dig and said that, a number of taunts were made at Partha Chatterjee and his hospitalization. Shouldn't the same yardstick apply over here in a state where the BJP rules?
See, I'll tell you, whenever an accused is detained or arrested, he has to be produced within 24 hours before the magistrate. Now, as a matter of law, before producing that particular accused before the magistrate, the police is duty bound to conduct a medical checkup, and after corona they have to conduct a corona checkup also, and other communicable diseases, because if he has to be lodged in jail, then there should not be spreading of infections, etc. In this case also the police did the same. Now, after he was sent into police custody, perhaps he again felt something, that there is a heart pain or something. So for an abundant caution, see, if the accused is not well, what and who will you investigate? So this is in a routine manner. This happens across the board, irrespective of whether the accused is rich or not. If the accused is not well, if the accused is old, these medical examinations take place. And if the accused is complaining of chest pain, that can be due to multiple reasons. So the police is duty bound to take medical help or assistance.
Is it also duty bound to not inform the court, sir?
Which has been done.
Is it also duty bound to not inform the court, as the court pointed out today?
No, he is in police custody right now. Police has to take whatever steps they have to take. Informing. Now
so the court was wrong to question the Chitradurga police.
4 days police custody. He is not in judicial custody.
Sir, you are a lawyer. Are you saying that the court was wrong to question the police?
It is. No. Not at all. Court is well within its power to question the investigating agencies and to see whether a proper investigation is being done or not. Court is not wrong in it at all. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to say is that the investigating agency, for abundant caution, has to take care of medical treatment and medical assistance.
All right. I want Abha Singh to come in on this.
They've done.
I want Abha Singh to come in on this. Abha Singh, there are those, there are critics and there are critics. The point is that there are many people who, you would have seen the comments on social media, activists who come and say that this entire investigation has been, a sham from day one. They've been token, lookout notices that have been put 5 days after the FIR was filed. The arrest didn't take place, leave alone arrest. There was no interrogation. There was no investigation for 5 days as far as the prime accused is concerned. Now, even after the arrest, there's been so much in terms of, going to hospital, so on and so forth. So there are many who are saying that all of this is nothing but an excuse to scuttle the probe. Where do you stand on this, Abha Singh?
Absolutely. My first question is, did he have a history of heart problem? Was he, or it's just a put on? Because 5 days the police did not arrest him. Now he doesn't want to be interrogated. Lot of times it happens that these politically powerful people, corporates, they feign heart problems. So, and now even we are discussing his health problem rather than the offense which he has committed. So, it's very nice way of deflecting all the attention of coming onto his health. I have no faith in the police there because 5 days they did not arrest him. Only when there was a public outcry, when television channels went ballistic, only then they have arrested. And that too, you have Congress, BJP, everybody coming in his support saying he's a good leader, he does social work, he's a good man. So end of the day, why are we trying to protect and put him on a big pedestal? He is a person who has raped 2 minor girls, sexually assaulted them, because the FIR is there. There are facts. These girls have given their statement in front of the magistrate. So I am very clear. Today he's a criminal.
You say alleged. You can't say that he is raped.
So for 5 days you ensured that he was not arrested. For 5 days you tried to protect him. After 5 days he's been arrested. That means police has done the investigation. They have investigated. They have found sufficient evidence. They did not arrest him immediately.
All right, he's charged with rape, ma'am. He is charged with a heinous crime of rape under POCSO. Prabla Nesargi.
Arresting him means that there cannot be any
no one has the right to say that.
No, Prabla Nesargi, he's charged with a very heinous crime. You're right. To the extent that it is an alleged crime at the moment, he has to be convicted before one calls him a rapist. No doubt about that. But the charges are extremely serious.
If you say yes, without inquiry, without being convicted, law says he's innocent till he's proved. Have you proved? Have you proved? Where is the proof?
Prabla Nesargi, after the FIR, they have not arrested him right away. 5 days they have waited, investigated, collect investigation. They have tried to collect evidence. Why 5 days? They could have refused to arrest him. They could have said that the complaints are wrong. What stopped the police from saying that they are false allegations? They could have said that and closed the case. They have arrested because they found sufficient evidence. Because 5 days is a long time. The police, had it been any common man with such grave charges, he would have been arrested the same day. You and I know it very well. But giving him 5 days, and after 5 days they have been compelled to arrest him. Otherwise, had it been for the local police, they were totally compromised.
Well, local police were totally compromised. Okay.
Mutt case.
May I come in?
Swamiji was the same thing. He was not arrested.
Ma'am, what about the case of Asaram? What is the case of Guru Rampal? What about the case of Ram Rahim? There are multiple godmen. There are multiple godmen who have been arrested, madam.
He was trying to plead.
No, let's not.
There was a lookout circular for him.
Don't compare Asaram to our Swamiji. Don't compare.
Why not, ma'am?
Don't compare those people to.
The activist here, the activist Parshuram, Ordinary Parshuram says there are more cases left.
We have not even.
There are more cases, there are more complainants. Let them come to the fore, ma'am. Let everybody come out and make their voice heard.
Yes, sir.
Everybody has the right to legal redressal, surely.
He is one accused in this case. He is the one who has manipulated. He is the one who has manipulated.
Okay.
He is the one who has concocted. He
Okay.
is the one.
Okay. Sanjay Hegde.
That means
Sanjay Hegde. Sanjay Hegde. Quick comments. We're almost out of time. The NGO is the actual accused, says Prabla Nesargi. Now after this arrest, when the NGO person who was pivotal in actually bringing this case to the fore, is accused as being the conspirator by Prabla Nesargi, is there anything you'd like to say to her in return?
No, he's an accused. He is alleged to have committed vices with minors. and he is not entitled to any sympathy. What interested me in what Pramila said was that a similarly placed Swamiji of the Ramchandra Mutt was not arrested. Yes, that is also a complaint of many people, that there are similar allegations against another major mutt. That gentleman was not arrested, and consequently that led to this furor in this particular case.
Okay.
Two wrongs definitely do not make a right.
All right, completely out of time. Sorry, Sanjay Hegde, completely out of time. Two wrongs definitely don't make a right. That's the statement coming out of it. I'd like to thank all our panelists for joining us. GP Patil, Pramila Sargi, Namit Saxena, Naveen Chomal, Abha Singh and Sanjay Hegde. Certainly, will justice be done in this case? The police in Chitradurga are under a spotlight. The whole country is watching them to see if justice is done in this case or not. And any slip up by the police is certainly going to be highlighted. That's something that we as the media can certainly assure and ensure that justice is done and taken to its logical conclusion in this case. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this evening.